There it is.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. Script for the remotely conducted open meetings. Members of the public wishing to participate in the meeting must use their full name. For Zoom, the town reserves the right to remove any member of the public from the meeting who doesn't use a full name and acts inappropriately. Confirming members' access. As a preliminary matter, this is Abby Camp chairing today for Ray Pohl. Permit me to confirm that all the members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Oh, Val Oliver.
Hello.
You have to press.
Val Oliver.
Here.
Diane Coombs
Here.
here. Did Carrie arrive by any chance?
Madam Chair, I'm letting her in right now.
Okay, great. I'll wait a second so we can have her on the roll call.
If you're talking about me, I'm here.
Yay, Carrie, thank you for coming. And Diane.
It said spammed.
So anybody in the queue that also has on YouTube, could they turn that off so we don't get feedback? I don't see Jesse or Stephen or Johnny McLaughlin. Is that correct? Okay, so we're a 4-person board. Val, Carrie, Diane, and myself. Members of staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Esmeralda Martinez,
Present.
Holly Bacchus.
Present.
And is there one other person that I don't know? And this on the staff that I don't know?
Terry's here.
Mia's here.
And Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Terry.
Hi, everybody.
Thank
I'm
you for
going
being
mute
here.
unless I gotta help you out, tell you something.
Okay, good. Anticipated speakers on the agenda, please respond in the affirmative. State your name, each anticipated speaker's name. Okay, sorry, that I'm not ready for that. Introduction to remote. Good afternoon. This is the open meeting of the Nantucket Historic District. It's being conducted remotely pursuant of Chapter 20, Acts 21. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless the participation is required by law. This meeting will not have featured public comment. For this meeting of the HDC is convening video conference via Zoom app as posted on the town website, identifying how the public may join. If members wish to engage in a conversation with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. After members have spoken, the chair will afford a public comment to those members of the public that have joined the meeting via Zoom. Members of the public who wish to speak must state their names and be acknowledged by and speak through the chair. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that folks may be able to see you and take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured on the recording. All supporting materials that have been provided members of this body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I, the chair, notes otherwise. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before I do, permit me to cover some ground rules, effective, clear conduct of our business, and to ensure accurate meeting minutes for dear Terry Norton. I, the chair, will introduce each speaker of the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, question, or motion. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you to state your name before speaking. Okay, so I think we're turning to the first item
We have to approve the agenda.
Yes, please. Diane, is that your motion?
Yep.
Okay, on Diane's motion, Val Oliver,
Aye.
Carrie Thornwell,
Aye.
I, the chair, aye. So, and Diane on your motion,
Aye.
very good. Public comment,
Madam Chair?
yes, Holly, is that you?
Yes. If I may, I just wanted to, for the benefit of the public as well as the board that may not be aware, we do not have our HDC compliance coordinator anymore for the town. So you are looking at your preservation planner and your administrative staff that will be obviously assisting the HDC moving forward with additional plus staff helping. And I just respectfully request everyone's patience as we go through this transition and hope for that position to be filled in the future. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Holly, for filling in, and Esmeralda and all the staff that is taking on the extra work, and really appreciate that. I guess it's a very complicated job right now. So turning to, we're not going to do this where Val wants to wait for the stained shingles, so we're going to go right to
Yep.
consents.
So I make a motion to approve the one consent, 5 Gardner Perry Lane.
Thank you
Okay.
for that, Diane. On Diane's motion, Val,
Aye.
Carrie.
I have to recuse. It's one of our projects.
Okay, I see that now. Sorry. I myself is an aye, so that, and Diane is in favor of her motion. So
Scott Lubinsky.
on to,
Do we have to do that denial?
Yes, we do, please.
I make a motion to approve the denial of 9 Main Street for lack of response.
oh, okay, on Diane's motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
and I myself. I,
And me too.
and then Diane, yes, on your motion. Okay, moving on to new business, 28 India Street. Elizabeth, we're only a 4-person board again.
And is Elizabeth here?
I didn't see her here.
Yeah, and I don't think it's only
So maybe that was
Camp,
held to-
Coombs, and Thornwell could sit on it, but it doesn't seem like she's here.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. I make a motion to hold for representation,
Yeah,
38 India
absolutely.
Street.
Very good. On Diane's motion, Val,
Aye.
Perry,
Aye.
I, and on your motion.
Aye.
Aye, okay, so let's hold that until we get Stephen and Ray back. Okay, so, oh, look. That 43 Main Street is up again.
Well, we were waiting on Brent, I think.
Can you hear me?
He's here, but
Oh,
I
okay.
can't
I'm
sit
here.
on this, so I have to recuse.
Okay, Val,
Okay.
Brent, we're just a 3-person board, slim,
Okay.
but we'd dying to hear this, so please, could you present your project?
Yeah, basically the Pools, who live on a busy street, would like to screen themselves behind a tall hedge, a privet hedge. And they prefer to do it with a boarded trellis cap fence, which is approximately 5'8" high. It'll all be behind the hedge. And that's basically it.
Okay, so thanks for clarification because we did note that there are no fences right on Main Street, but you're saying that this, is it a 6-foot fence? 5 and
Roughly
1?
5'8".
So all of that will be screened from a privet
It'll-
hedge?
It'll be behind a privet hedge. You'll be
Okay.
able to see a little bit through the privet hedge. So, I mean, it's as screened as it can possibly be behind a privet hedge.
Okay, I think we get it. Anybody have any questions or would like to start?
Madam Chair, I just wanted to mention again,
Please.
Sconset did not look at this, but this obviously is just outside of the old historic district of Sconset, right on Main Street. And it's definitely, as if you wouldn't mind going to the page above this one, you can see with the Google image, understanding privet can be seen or is not as full during the winter time. It's going to be right behind these trees here in the privet, so it will be seen, and it's a 5-in-1 fence, which is kind of an anomaly, I would think, in this part of Sconset. So I just wanted to bring that to your consideration.
I don't think the Google thing is updated because the pictures with the hedge that Brent has are what's there, but I'm just saying.
Thank you, Val. Appreciate
Wait,
that.
say that again, Val?
It said the Google images are not always updated regularly, and what is showing on the Google page versus what Brent has taken pictures of are quite different, and he took these pictures in November.
Okay, so that it looks more sparse on the old,
Right.
okay, gotcha. Okay, so
I'll go.
thank you.
I think because this type of fence really isn't in Sconset, I don't recall seeing them anywhere. I think if they want a fence, it should be a type that is in Sconset, and it definitely should be natural to weather. And I just wonder if they'd be, if like a type 2, very simple fence, 40 inches high, I think is a typical height, would do it if they have to have a fence. But a 5-in-1 is not really appropriate here, especially on Main Street.
Okay, thank you, Carrie.
Maybe-
You're proposing like a type 2 picket or a, not
Yeah.
a board.
Yeah, and still natural to weather, but not solid either.
Okay.
That wouldn't
Okay,
affect.
Okay, Brent, we're hearing from the board now, and then we can come back to
Okay,
you.
sorry.
Thank you. No, that's okay. But it's just trying to keep the Roberts rules. Diane,
I think, along with Carrie, that the 6-foot fence is inappropriate for Main Street, whether it's just outside the district or not. It's on Main Street in Wisconsin. It is not visible type of thing in any other way. The life of the privet hedge is questionable. It does give no protection in the wintertime. And I believe that it should be a regular height fence, natural to weather behind the hedge, and the hedge is to be visible in perpetuity.
okay. All right, thank you, Diane. I am sort of on the fence about this. I could do a fence, but it would have to be a certain type. So, sorry, I'd like to hear from Brent to, you wanted to say something.
Well, as an option, I've kind of suggested to him, because I had, I've been here a long time. I certainly anticipated that it's a rare occurrence for this type of fence there. So I've kind of told them, do a wire fence between a double row of privet. to get, mainly they're looking for deer prevention. They get inundated with deer.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, that's a different story for me. Double privet with a wire fence is, and to keep the deers out. I wasn't quite sure of the purpose of it, so, does
Well,
that?
they were trying to, sorry.
Could we look at the site plan, and then I'd like to hear from the board again, having heard that. Okay, so, Carrie, understanding now that it would be double privet and wire, what is your opinion on this?
I'm fine with that. I mean, then the fence just completely disappears and we get more privet.
Absolutely. Diane,
Yeah, as long as he doesn't ask for a wired fence all around his whole property.
no, it's just that C shape along the main
Right.
street going back towards the house. Okay, so do I hear a motion then?
I
On
guess,
the- Yeah, go ahead, Diane. I don't know.
no, I was just gonna say, approve approve the application with a double privet hedge with wire in between only in the location that's shown on their application.
And in perpetuity.
And yes, and it's covered with in perpetuity.
Okay, great. Thank you, Diane, for that motion. Carrie
Aye.
and me, aye. So that is good to go. Thank you, Brett.
And
Yes. Well, thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
so in light of only having a 4-person board and with a couple of these applications from Emeritus that are, obviously with public
Yeah.
participation, we have 10 Lincoln Ave, Tombstone Alley, and the old business of 23 Broad Street to be continued to Tuesday for a full board.
And what about 37 Fair?
That one will be heard today. Matt is here.
Okay. All right, so those three, do
I
I,
make a motion to hold them for Tuesday.
okay, very good. On Diane's motion to hold Emeritus, Tombstone Alley, 23 Broad. What's the other one? Oh. What's the other one?
10 Lincoln.
10 Lincoln, sorry, my screen just went blank. On Diane's motion, Carrie,
aye.
Val,
Aye.
and myself, I.
I'm here.
Oh my God in heaven.
Aye.
All right, here we go. Now we can really move along. All right, so welcome, John.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I just want to tell you, we're on new business number 1,
Just
12 Codfish Park. That's,
the only thing I'm starting on is number 1, public comment.
yeah, we've been at this for a while, and we are now on new business number 1, 12 Codfish Park. Do you have that?
No, I have here. Number 1 is Rose Realty Trust.
Okay, so can you,
That's under new business and we.
New-
Under new business of 1221.
Yep.
12 Catfish Park,
yes,
new business. Yes, I've got it right here.
okay, very good, John. Here we go.
May I just ask a question?
Yes,
Is 20, I'm so sorry, I may have been misinformed. Is 21 Bank Street going to be discussed today? This is the first chance I've had to see the agenda and I don't see it there.
yeah, I don't see 21 Bank.
Nikki told me that it was supposed to be discussed Tuesday night, but nobody was there. and that it would probably be one of the first things discussed today.
I don't remember seeing it on that agenda either.
Madam Chair, this is
Yes.
Esmeralda. 21 Bank is number 30 on new business. It's pretty far down.
New
Oh, it's-
business of 1-4.
Yes, ma'am.
So that probably will not be today.
Yeah,
No, if you could hang in, probably next week, I would think Tuesday, probably Tuesday, I wouldn't say Tuesday, I would say probably think Thursday or the following week.
I
But-
agree with that.
Tuesday or Thursday or Tuesday the following week.
Today is Thursday. It depends on how fast we fly through these. We have short
Right.
boards and I would just be on alert.
Okay, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Not worried.
I'm a teacher and I've gotten somebody else to take my class so that I could attend this.
Oh, gosh,
So,
I'm so sorry. Well,
No, it's
in-
entirely my misinformation. So,
yeah,
so you think next Tuesday or next Thursday?
yes, I
Great.
don't
so-
think we'll get to it today, but
Abby?
Could check Abby, tell her she can check the agenda for a pretty good idea of which it's going to be on, sort of,
Abby?
Fridays.
yeah,
Friday's agenda.
but
Yeah.
whoever the caller was, I would sort of stick around because I just don't know how fast this is going to go.
Oh, stick around today.
There is
Yeah,
no way we're gonna
Yes.
get through 40 applications today.
Okay, all right, let's, I would be ready for Tuesday night at
Okay.
5 o'clock this
I
coming.
will do. And I am sorry for my interruption.
Not to worry. Okay,
Thank you so much. My name is Janet Ballou and there you have it.
okay, thank you, Janet. John, did you have a question?
Abby,
Yes,
can you hear me?
yes.
Oh, I have a question. Yeah, you said, I'm getting, that confuses me. You
Yeah.
said at 21 Bank Street. All right. That one is under new business for today. And it's new business and it's number 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we're that actually is not gonna come up today. We're on, after 12 Codfish Park, we're on to 3A Beaver Street. Do you have that?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
what
Yeah.
happened to Rich Gillis and are you doing Andrew Severs? 38 Prospect Street?
Yeah,
Are
we
you ho-
skipped over holding that, I felt
Yeah,
like.
you just skipped over it and I didn't know if that was
Oh.
being held for Tuesday. I don't remember what the motion was on last
Okay,
Tuesday,
so,
but
so we held 10 Lincoln, 2 Stone Alley. Oh, yeah.
yeah, you did Matt's stuff.
Okay, 30, okay, sorry. All right, I just want to I want to make sure John's on this because he's actually on this. John, do you see?
It's
that
not
we-
gonna be heard. Linda held it till Tuesday, on Tuesday.
We have two of you talking at the same time.
I can't do it.
All
Okay,
right.
all
Go
right,
ahead.
wait. So,
Uh,
Val, I'm sorry, did you just say 38 Prospect Street is held till Tuesday?
That's what
Yes.
Linda asked at the Tuesday meeting.
Right, okay, so, well, it's confusing because it's right here in front of us, but, so do we have to even open it or what?
No, we just, I
No,
make a
no,
motion
you
to
don't. You don't
continue
have-
with
if you-
the
Okay.
hold.
Yeah, just roll right over it, just as long
Okay,
as we
so-
know which ones were already held for Tuesday and such. Some of them I have notes in my minutes, but others I don't, and I didn't have a note on that one, so.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're at 12 Codfish Park.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
Johnny, are you on 12 Codfish Park? New
Yeah.
business, 1221.
21, let me see, 21.
Yeah.
No. Wait a minute, you're on a new business,
Yes.
right? Okay, on the new business, 21,
No, tell him it's 12 card.
1221.
Oh, there's two of you talking again. Now what, Abby, you're in charge.
Thank
You
you.
speak, please.
Yes,
Unreal.
it's under 1221, 12 Codfish Park.
I got Andrew Severs. Okay, let's go,
Yes.
please. Thank you.
Okay, ready? Here we go.
New shed.
Yes.
Do I have permission to speak or am I not supposed to
Yes,
speak? I don't want
yes,
to.
you have permission to speak.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys listening. This is a small shed over on the right side of the property. We are on Codfish Park Road. We are next to the Cuckoo compound, which is Cuckoo's Nest and all the other cuckoo related houses there. That's a view right there. If you hold for 1 second, that's a view of the house as you see it right now. And if you go to the next picture, that's what it would kind of look like. It's not the exact design, but it gives you an idea of what it would be like. The actual shed has been patterned on matching the shed that you can't see behind the privet in this picture that we can see from our house, which is a shed on the property of Cuckoo's Nest. And it's the same height. It's a little bit smaller. We're a 6x9, they're an 8x8. So it's about the same amount of size. There was a discussion with the Sconset Advisory Board about the black strap hinges that were suggested for it, which is on slide 7 there, if you could click on that one. And they were saying that those might not be appropriate, which is fine. We have a smaller profile hinge that we can use that salt spray sheds can provide. There was also a comment from the Sconset Advisory Board when we met that the height might be a little high. That was a little tall relative to the floor plan. It's about 11 feet, 10 feet 9 inches high, and then it's 6x9. We had tried to match the same height as Cuckoo's Nest, but if it is required to lower it a bit, we could probably knock a foot off of it without too much problem. The salt spray shed people are pretty good. Visibility from the street is pretty limited, but yeah, there is a little bit of a view of it. We're going to match the shingles on the house, of course, and then do and also match the roof. And then the final thing I would say is if you scroll up to the overhead view in slide 4, or yeah, 4 is good. There was actually approval in the original plans, which is not on this. This is the revised ones for a gazebo that actually would have been in front of the area and very visible. So we're setting it off. We're keeping it smaller than the shed that you don't see at Cuckoo's Nest. And the goal is to have it be as out of view as possible.
Oh,
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
And is there a locus plan so we can see the neighbor? Okay, there we go.
And Madam Chair, I do have Sconset and staff comments.
Okay, Holly, could you read those? to us, please?
Absolutely. So this is for a new 9x6 shed. The main dwelling is actually a circa 1906. It does have an HTC survey on file. Sconset took a look at this on December 27th. They said that it's vertically and too stretched. It could come down some. The door designs of concern with a number of the horizontal battens suggest butt hinges over the long straps. And Mr. Severs was in attendance and agreed to modify as needed through HDC. So thank you for bringing that up. I do agree with Sab's comments on this. I did want to point out that obviously sheds are typical within Codfish Park. And there was actually a shed on this site at one particular time that actually had an HDC survey. Sorry, I don't have that available to you. So obviously they are typical, but I would concur with Sab's comments. So those are your comments for consideration, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Holly.
Madam Chairman, may I make one more question, or may I ask make one comment in terms of some information that was presented? Not to be combative, but just a point of clarification.
Okay, quickly, yes.
Thank you. The house is not 1906, just to be super clear. It's actually more like 2006. So it's
Oh,
actually a prefabricated model home that was brought down there and put on place. So it's a new home. It's not 1906.
Thank you for that.
okay. All right.
Yep, no
Sorry
problem.
about that. Okay, so board members, who,
I'll go.
oh, thank you, Val.
I went out there. I think where this is tucked in, it's going to be relatively unseen. I think the concern with the building is not as much the height as it is the proportion of width to length. However, I think it's going to have very minimal visibility. If you look at the site plan, you see that it's kind of bumped into a notch there. And if everybody feels the same way as Sconset, that the height needs to come down, I think the gentleman could just change the roof pitch from a 10 to a 9, and that would drop it sufficiently, in my opinion. That's all I have.
Oh, very good, Val. Thank you.
Thank you.
Diane,
I'll go. I think it should come down. I think I would go along with what Shab said in the door straps. And I don't think you will see very much of it, just that one corner driving by. And I think it will fit in, and dropping the pitch the way Val said, I think we'll drop it down to what we need, and I would approve it.
oh, great. Okay, so just a few adjustments. John,
My comment, I agree, drop it down on the roof pit and then approve it. It's all set to go.
oh, thank you very much, John. Carrie,
One question.
I have
It
no,
has on the screen, there's the double doors on the right. Okay, it says they're 5 by 6 foot 8, 15 light. There aren't 15 lights in this building, are there? 15 pieces of glass. Right in the middle, it says between the two buildings, it says 5 by 6 foot 8, 15 light.
oh, I think that's a typo, but good call on that. We'll make sure that is not a 15 light door. Thank you,
It's not.
John. Carrie,
yeah, I have nothing else to add. I agree with everybody else.
okay, so it just needs to get chunkier and a different pitch. Could somebody make that motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the application with a different roof pitch, dropping the roof down at least a foot, and having the simple doors that Shab recommended, not a 15 light door by any means.
And the roof pitch? to
I
a
said
9?
that,
Oh, you said,
dropping it.
okay.
dropping the roof pitch down 4 foot either.
Oh, I thought you meant the height.
That brings the height down.
I see. Okay. On Diane's motion, John,
Aye,
and to correct the 15 light,
take
Yep.
that.
yeah. Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
and myself is an I. So that is complete.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you.
Okay. You're all set?
Madam Chair, this is Esmeralda. 3A Beaver will be, if may I request to be held for Tuesday?
Okay. Do I hear that motion?
So move.
Thank you, Diane. On Diane's motion to hold 3A Beaver Street. John,
3 Beaver Street, where's?
they wanna hold it.
Oh, 3 I get it. Okay, you want to hold it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and myself, that's I. So, and Diane, was that Diane's motion?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Diane. Sorry about that. Okay, 37 Fair, we're holding already.
No, Madam Chair.
Actually,
No, we're gonna hear.
no, I was
Matt's
hoping it
here.
got heard.
Okay,
I think the changes are fairly minimal, so hopeful I won't get too hung up.
Okay, 37 Fair, John, are you with us?
37 Fair, yeah, Jim and Cindy Henry, great.
Okay, very good. We're gonna hear from Matt now.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. So, I guess we can start on this elevation, which is the east. So basically some really minor changes here. So the front stoop, we're going to be replacing the foundation, so we have to lift the building. So that stoop is going to have to basically be rebuilt, and we didn't identify that on the previous application. So we just wanted to clarify that we're going to be rebuilding it like kind. There is also we're looking to add a basement access that's a little bit further down away from the facade of the building. We can kind of look at that in the plan. I want to kind of just review what's going to be visible from the street. I actually don't think that the walkout will really be visible from the street because we're going to have fencing and privet. The other change on this elevation is the just changing the direction of the mudroom stairs. Those stairs are pretty far back off the street, somewhere in the range of at least 35-40 feet. But that is one of the other changes. On the west elevation, which is the rear of the building, which it's certainly not visible from Fair Street. Sorry, hold on a second. Is just some minor fenestration changes. We're looking to omit a third, it's not even a third floor, it was basically a gable end window. We previously had 3 windows on the second floor. We're just looking to omit one, reduce it down to 2. That roof line, which is a little bit of a broken back, we adjusted the plate height slightly. So we just wanted to cloud that, and it actually had 2 slightly varying pitches, both fairly flat, and it's a reflection of an existing condition. For the sake of construction ease, we wanted to just kind of make it one, so it's just a minor change there. I think we can go on to the other elevations. So the north elevation, the owner wanted to see if we could paint, there's a small section of skirting on the back of the building for just basically our access. He was asking if that could be painted as opposed to natural. And then he wanted to paint it white. The other change in the second floor was changing 2 window, I think it's a single window, and actually changing it to 2, which falls inside an existing bathroom, or a proposed bathroom, I should say. On the first floor on the right side of the north elevation, we previously had these 3 smaller windows, and because there's a little bit of, there's a built-in banquette there, the way that it was reading on the elevation and on the interior, we wanted to kind of widen it a little bit, make them a little bit taller. They were really small, so those windows were increased in size slightly. And then on the left side of the north elevation, again, the front stoop was clouded. We already covered that, and you can see that there's a small walkout, and it's basically a railing, and it's set back probably about 8 feet from the facade of the building, probably about 12 feet from the stoop. So that's the change in the north. The south would be the last one. You can see we just cleaned up that roof line. It's a, like I said, it's existing condition that we played off of with the addition, and so just try to clean that up basically, and then change the direction of the stairs. And then we also changed the configuration of those existing basement windows. If you can scroll down a little bit to show the previous, you can see the existing condition as a point of comparison. There were a set of doors and a kind of a walkout without a railing around it, and would have to put a railing. And after looking at it, we just don't think it's going to be used, and we didn't want to add another fence around it, if you will. And so we just elected to kind of utilize the same window style that was there and just replace it with a few windows. So and then finally, on the second floor left side of the south elevation, we had 2 windows on the second floor, and we were looking to just drop it down to 1. So I think those are all the changes, Madam Chair. look forward to comments from the
Madam
board.
Okay, very good, Matt. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Holly, please.
So first off, this is a 1820 typical Nantucket that you all have actually individually significant based on the HDC survey on file. You all did approve a addition alteration back in August of last year. Can't believe that was last year.
Yeah.
And HSAB did not have a chance to look at this. However, I do have some comments for your consideration, and I do have some comments from a HSAB member. My comments first, that I do think HSAB should take a look at this, so I'll put that out there. HDC approved the roof walk natural to weather with the front elevation only. And now the request obviously is for the skirt to be painted white. So I just wanted to mention that you approved it specifically like that. Replacing those existing steps and stoop on the facade on that main entry. Is this, and thank you for clarifying, Matt, in your opening statements, because I was curious if that was just a reconstruction of as a like kind replacement, or if you were actually changing it in any nature. Sounds like it's strictly like kind because of the elevation change in the structure to accommodate the basement. The storage access should blend in with the new deck, would be my comment. Also, it looks like with removal of the windows on the south elevation, or excuse me, the removal of the doors into the basement on the south elevation in lieu of windows. Just, you know, that's a typical location for those. And I'm just curious on the age and if it's actually original to the 1820 structure. Also, the side entry, changing the angle of the steps in mimicking the facade, it kind of competes the main entry. The modified basement access will be visible from both Fair and Darling. I'm glad to hear that there's proposed vegetation, but it would be nice to see that. Basement access located at the rear is more appropriate. So it's curious on why there's being two access points. Why is the second one warranted? Replacing the single window with a shutter, as if you could go to the, I think that is on the, yes, thank you, this elevation. There is a single window with one shutter now being replaced with a double window without shutters in that new middle mass. So basically this makes the only second floor window out of place. There's also, I don't know if this was intentional, Matt, but there's a missing shutter on that first floor on the west elevation, which was in the original approval. Also, the triple gained windows have increased in size, and as you mentioned, just wanted to bring that into consideration. And again, that south side stoop should stay as previously approved. Comment from Mr. Mickey Rowland for your consideration was just that on the east elevation, the proposed areaway will be visible from the sidewalk on Fair Street. It is a modern element and inappropriate for this house to be in a visible location. Either move it back or keep it in the existing location. The roof walk skirt should not be painted, maybe a dark gray to blend in with the roof color. That is an option. And then the north elevation window change is inappropriate. Keep the single window instead of changing to a mullioned window. So those are all the comments for consideration. Again, it is a simple request, but there's a little bit of different things going on. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Holly. Gosh, well, that's a lot. Back to the drawing board. So I would like to hear from John first on this.
Yes, thank you. The comments that were made by the first speaker, I find no problem with them, but he mentioned that the what is that, this east elevation, he says, He says that the rear can't be seen from the east, from yeah, wait a minute. The front of the building facing the street, all right, the rear of the building is not visible from Fair Street. That is correct. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm saying he's incorrect. You can, the rear of that structure can be seen.
Because if you were sick, you cannot go back home like that.
Wait a minute, don't interrupt me. Please let me finish. Okay. There's a comment about the rear of the building could not be seen from Fair Street. It didn't mention that it can be seen from Dowling Street. So you got to be careful when you look at this one. But I'm not saying it's approvable or not. I'm saying that he made a statement that he only on the back, not on the side. So you can see it from Dowling Street also. So go take it from where it is. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
I'll
John,
go.
I think that was a sort of a YouTube nobody on the board interrupted. It was just a sort of a random outer space intervention there. So Diane, did you say you'd like to go?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Matt a question. Why is the building being raised?
To replace the foundation. It's in really bad shape. We actually,
But you're going to
Well,
put it back at the same height that it was, right? You're not going to leave it up.
correct. But yeah, and the reason I mentioned that is that just realistically, they're not going to lift the stoop as part of it, and it would be demolished and have to be rebuilt. And we just didn't specify that on our initial application.
Okay, that I just wanted to make sure. I first of all agree with Holly that this should go back to Hashab. That's number one. Number two, I would like to see the south. No, not the south. Yeah, maybe the south. The one with the shutters that are sort of here and there. That we saw with the missing shutters. There it is. There are shutters all over except the under the shed. And there's no reason why there shouldn't be shutters there. Every other window up there is shuttered. I think you have to keep the single window. I would prefer to see the single window than the double up there in the middle run. The windows in the basement, I can't quite see them. I don't know whether they were 6/6s. It looks as if the old north elevation windows in the basement were 6/6s. So you're wanting to change the second window closest to the stoop into a door, I guess it looks like.
That's, if I could, through you, Madam Chair,
Yeah.
that is, Diane, we were just looking to change it to I think it's a 16 light. We're matching the same window type that was located on the south elevation. So
Okay, well, that's all right. It's just it's so vague in my iPad that it's hard to see some
right,
of
no, I
them.
hear you. Same here.
And on the right-hand side, the triple windows, what room is that in? What's that for?
Through you, Madam Chair, that would be it's in the kitchen. It's a small like little dining nook, and the previous windows, we did have 3 windows that were approved there previously, but they were really undersized. And when we
Yeah.
started to develop the interiors, they're still, would prefer to make them bigger, but we didn't want to make too much of a departure from it. So we kind of increased the size of them slightly so that they just felt more proportionate to the space on the inside. But there were 3 approved previously. They were smaller.
I saw the 3 previously. I'd like a step down from the proposed and a step up from the previously.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. I think it should be not go from side to side of the opening. I'd like to bring them in a little bit and a little bit bigger than they were originally proposed. or originally approved, because those are small. I'd rather see them more the size of the windows up above in the shed dormer. Other than getting the shutters straightened out, either have them or not have them, but don't have one one shutter. For the moment, that's my thoughts.
Thank you,
Madam
Diane.
Chair,
Yeah, yes, Holly.
since we're on this page, I just wanted to point out where I was talking about. See I guess the second window on the first floor in, where it
Yeah.
only has one shutter. On the approved plans, it had a shutter on both sides. So I just wanted to bring that up, that if that was done as a mistake, should be fixed. If that's a proposal, then obviously that needs to be included. So
If I can, through you, Madam Chair, that I think that was just a drafting error, honestly. I think that post at one point, we played around with the size of that porch, and I think that it was conflicting it with one point with the shutter, and so we removed it, and then we kept it the same size, and I just don't think we put it back. So that was a drafting error on our part. I apologize.
sounds good. Thanks,
And
Matt.
while we're on this elevation, is this the one that John was referring, we could see from Darling Street? Do we see parts of it?
Madam
Yes.
Chair, I think he was also referring from the rear, the east elevation. I think he was saying that the back of the building is visible from Darling, which I think is true. But again, we're not making significant changes to it. But I think he was referring to the gable end.
Right, okay, thank you. Okay, so Val,
I think my two concerns are related to stairs. One is the south, I guess, back entry stairway to the house, following suit with the front. I think it's more because it's just floating in air. It's not tucked along a building like the front one, that it's visually a little different, odd. But if there is some mechanism in place that we can have on the plan to screen that, it wouldn't bother me as much. And then my other suggestion would be, if that's not possible, could you step down to the side and then have the stairs come forward again? I don't know. It's just because it's sticking out off the building, it seems like a little bit different. And then the cellar stairway on the north, I agree with, I think it was Mickey that said it reads as something that wouldn't be typical. And is there a way to integrate that better? Like have the railing mimic the deck, or something. I don't know what the solution is, but that was a similar situation we had on a house recently somewhere over by Greater Light, and it was a concern. So maybe there's a place to screen that as well, and it's just not indicated. But those were the only real concerns I had.
thank you, Val. Carrie,
I agree with the others. The one thing that's well, two things is the roof walk, I don't think should have a painted skirt on one side. I think that kind of makes it stand out as funny. I've always thought the half skirted, half open is strange, but, and the two windows on the second floor on the north elevation, they just really, to me, read as, they just don't belong. This, with the single window there and the shutters it's all conforming to the historic, and that to me is a visible element that just stands out as incorrect, so to speak. And the rest of it, I'm okay with, actually. That's it.
okay. Well, thank you, Carrie. I think I personally agree with everything that's been said, and I think it should go back to HSAB. So
I'll make a motion to
okay.
hold for revisions and to send it to HACCP before it comes to the board again.
Thank you, Diane. On that motion, John,
Repeat the motion, please.
hold for HSAB's comments and
Hold,
revisions.
And revisions.
yes,
In favor. Okay, so good. Val,
Aye.
Terry,
Aye.
and I am an I. So, and Diane on your motion?
I'm an I.
Okay, good. That carries.
All right, thank
Matt.
you. Thanks.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
if we can hold 4 through 7 new business
Yeah.
for Linda for Tuesday, if we may.
yep, that's fine.
Thank
Do
you.
I hear
I'll make that
motion?
motion with also a request to have those items somewhere for us to look at. Hickory Meadow was in the packet, but the other 3 weren't. And I asked Linda, and I don't know what happened with those, but could we please have them?
Noted.
Absolutely. Okay, so on Val's motion, John,
aye,
the motion is to hold 4 through 7 for Linda Williams, okay?
4, say that again, to hold which one?
To hold-
Number-
Yes, to hold numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7 for Linda Williams till Tuesday.
Okay, I have a question. What happened to 3 Beaver Street? Number 2,
It was held.
That was held as well for representation.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so on Val's motion, John's okay, Diane,
I.
Carrie,
Aye.
and myself, and Diane on your motion, no,
Aye.
sorry. Yes, okay, good. Okay, so we're on to 13 Commercial Wharf, or is that being held?
Since we don't have the full board, I'm sorry, it's Bill McGuire. Since we don't have the full board, we'd like to hold it over till Tuesday.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
Motion to hold number 1 on old business,
Thanks,
12/28
Diane.
until
Thank you.
Tuesday.
Okay, John, we're gonna hold 13 Commercial Wharf for Tuesday. Are you in favor
you.
of Diane's motion? You
Yes.
got that? Yeah,
Also,
all set. Okay, Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and Abby, I'm an I. And Diane on your motion?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Madam Chair, the next one for 16 Tajima was already held for review and to be reviewed on Tuesday, so you can just bypass that one and go to the next one.
All righty then. Okay, so we did have some comments from some other.
So I believe, hi, this is Chip. I believe the next 2 are mine, right? 3 and 4?
Yep, but I think we have to hold, I
We
don't know, we
wanna
don't even
hold-
have to open it. No,
Hold both of those, please.
okay.
That's numbers 3, 307 Pulpus, and number 4, 43 Kendrick.
Okay, great. So,
you're holding
Make a
on.
motion. Make a motion to hold.
sorry, I just want to
307
clarify that we're not even opening 16 Tashima because it's for Tuesday. So we're
Right,
just,
we're just passing it over.
right, so 3, you want to hold 3 and 4?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, John, do you understand that?
Yes,
Yes, okay, so everybody in favor of Diane's motion to hold 3 and 4. Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
John. Holding 3 and 4 for Chip. John. Uh-oh. And I am in favor of that as well.
And I am in favor too.
Yes, Diane, thank you. So. that
Madam Chair, it looks like John is not in the meeting anymore.
passes.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
I see him.
Oh.
There he is.
I'm in favor.
Okay, great, great. Okay, so Mark
Thank you.
Catone? Do we have 14 Lincoln Ave? Is Mark here?
I believe that the bulk of these, we opened or went through this list and all these people asked for us to hold for more people on the board.
Till Tuesday.
I know
And
we did that at 10 Union Street. I know that. So,
Well, is there anybody in the queue like, is Mirka here? Or Andrew?
Clara from Workshop APD is here. This actually does need to be held as well, but for ESAP comments on Monday.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
So we're holding, Mark Catone is not here, is that correct?
We have two people talking, one place.
I know, John, it's somebody outside of the board. We don't know where that's coming from. But if somebody is out there on YouTube, could you turn that off, please?
Thank you. Just 14 Lincoln Avenue, am I correct?
Right, but I there's no Mark Catone. Is that correct?
Madam
Yeah.
Chair, that is correct. I do not see him on the queue.
And 4 Harbor Square just said they want to be held.
Yes. For HSAP's comments.
Okay. So how do we do this? And then 22 Easton Street is Mirka here?
no,
And 10 Union? BPC?
Madam Chair, I think a lot of these, what Val had said, everybody's waiting for a full board.
so I would make a motion to hold 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Madam Chair, can we also include 9 and 10?
9 and 10 also.
What about Chip? 27
What do-
Cato Lane?
I think I could go forward with that.
Okay, so let's hold it up until 11.
Okay,
Can you make that?
yep, that is 4 through 11 to hold until Tuesday.
Okay, 4 through 11. John, you got that? Motion to hold 4 through 11 for Tuesday. On the motion, Diane,
Aye,
Johnny.
What number is that motion?
The number are numbers 4 through 11.
4
We
through
have
and 11? Okay,
through 11.
all of them.
Yeah, all
Yes.
of them, because there's not, they want a bigger board. So on that motion, Johnny,
6 through 11, hold them,
Oh.
yes.
4 through 11.
4 through 11, right, all right, so
Okay,
moved.
good.
I'm
Val,
I,
Carrie,
Aye.
and myself is an aye. And Diane,
aye.
thank you for that. Okay, so we're on to Chip Webster.
At
Cato
10,
Lane.
27 Cato Lane.
Good afternoon, everyone. And
Good
Happy New Year, if we haven't said that yet, by the way.
Actually, I don't think I'm on this one, Diane. Could you
I'll do it for you, sure.
chair this? Thank you.
So, Chip, what do you got? to
Okay,
tell us?
hi, good afternoon. Chip Webster on behalf of the applicant. This is an application for a new house at 27 Cato. This is the initial viewing by the board. There was concern, our initial proposal was all 2-story massing. So there was concern by the board of the amount of 2-story massing. So we have dropped all of the secondary massing to 1.5 stories. As you can see on the left was the original application. And then on the right, you can see in the red clouds where we've dropped that rear section down to 1.5 stories. And then this also shows on the next 2 elevations. Same thing on the left-hand side, you can see the original submission with the 2-story massing on the rear. and our revisions to drop that to 1.5 stories on both of these elevations. All right, thank you.
Pick it up 3 notches, please.
Okay. Thanks, Chip.
Thank you.
We'll go to Val.
I'm looking on my own computer and blowing it up. So bear with me here for a second.
Yep. Yep.
So I do appreciate some of the changes, making some of the mass a lower height, especially on the east, which I believe is facing the road. However, the eave lines are still all the same. So from that viewpoint, it doesn't really look more additive to me. And let me see, west is.
Can we see some more elevations?
I'm struggling with how this all fits together, so just bear with me.
Yeah.
For instance, on the north,
yep,
that wing, I think, should come down. I know he's lowered it somewhat, and that's greatly appreciated, but I still feel is it a duplex?
No, it's not a duplex.
Okay, so then the massing is really rather atypical. There are 2-story structures over there because this sort of meets up with, what's that place? Nashawquisset.
Nashawquisset.
So, but all those buildings have more traditional massing. So it's not as much the massing as it is the details and making it look more additive. To me, this is a very atypical, especially the east and the north, which I think are the most visible. That's all I have for right now. I'm going to keep looking at it.
All right. Carrie?
Yeah, I think I agree with Val. I think for me, on the front elevation, I don't know what, it's like the front door is on the secondary mass of the main mass, and but in my head, traditionally your front door would be on that as part of the 4 bay.
Right.
And then the right hand smaller mass would, its eave would drop. So it's a secondary mass, and then whatever's happening in the back would not be showing up on the sides here like this. So I think that's what's sort of complicating it. It's like they've deconstructed a traditional 5 bay into a 4 bay with this extra front door piece. So it's just a little bit awkward to me. And I just wonder if it should just be a 5 bay house and not I mean, that would create more mass, but at least it would create a more traditional mass. And that neighborhood is pretty traditional. But I think that would help a lot. And yeah, I think dropping that to a 1.5 story was good, but I still don't think it's really enough. I think it could go a little lower to really read as secondary. Or tertiary in this case. That's it.
All righty. Thank you. Johnny?
Yes.
Have you got something?
All right. I'm looking at it right now, please. The 3 notches, please. I can't, I want to see the, what does that say? Opposed. What does it say right here? TC east. That's the one. That's the front door. Okay, that's fine. I have no comments. It looks nice for the area. It's in. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to see a site plan so I could see what the shape of the plot line is like. I would like to see it broken down with some one story added instead of all at 2 stories, and the dropping down, which I do appreciate, but it's still all in line, so you really don't notice what the roof does if you follow the number of windows. I think the front door should be moved over, as most of the houses coming down Cato Lane and Nasquisset, that end of Nasquisset, are that way, are more traditional. Could I see the site plan? Okay, you have plenty of room to telescope or whatever land in there to drop some of the stuff down to 1 story. I believe you have got a plethora of buildings in there, and I think some of it should be given to reducing the height and the imposing sort of big rectangle as the front of the house. So I don't know what people want to do, but I need a motion to either hold for revision or something. Can I
Or
get one?
approval.
Or approval?
I would motion to hold for some revisions.
Okay, thank you, Abby. Johnny, there's a motion ahead of us for holding for revisions.
Okay.
Thank you. Carrie,
Yeah.
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
and me, I'm an aye. Thank you. So
Thank
let's
you,
look at the
everyone.
next-
And the next,
Wait,
the-
isn't there 2 others?
well, they
Yeah.
are, but I think you wanted to hold them to track, or I think you wanted to approve the main house first before looking at them. That's, I don't know. We can certainly look at them if you like. I'd be happy
Why
to.
don't we look at them just
Yeah.
so you can.
Madam
So
Chair,
the next
this is
one
Esmeralda.
would be, the next one would be the guest house.
Correct. Number 13 and number 14 for hold to track with the main house. We can certainly, I can pull them up if you need to see them.
I think he would like to have them reviewed at this time.
Let's do it.
Well, it's just better to know all.
Yeah, absolutely. So this again, Chip Webster, same property. As you can see on the site plan, the guest house, the go back, is on the very back of the lot. So I just wanted to point that out. It's I don't even know if it'd be visible at all from Cato, and the way to the rear, I don't think is improved. But in any case, let's take a look. It's a 1.5-story simple rectangle.
Okay. Johnny, you want to begin?
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go, right, okay. Number 1, the meeting rails have to be raised up 8 inches all around on the second floor. You got one on the, could you bring it up 3 next, please, and
I think John's.
Okay, okay, Johnny?
no, I can't read it. So let's get it right there. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Second floor, all the double hungs have got to come up so that the meeting rail is aligned with the.
Yep.
That's on the north and west elevation. Do you have east elevation, please? Okay, those, we got 10 inches. The rest of it looks good for the neighborhood, whatever's out there. I've been out there. And I think, as far as I'm concerned, you got you got all them glass doors are underground, so that's fine. I think that's my comments. Thank you.
Okay. Carrie,
I think it reads very flat. On the front where the front door is, I think it needs a little relief, some sort of porch or something. And then on this east, I wonder, how are you accessing that basement? Is there a stair down in a big well, and is there a railing that's out there somewhere so what the situation is with that underground stuff? And then I think one floor or the other should have a little change in the fenestration. It seems a little too regular, and therefore it reads almost too simple. And I think that goes along with the flat comment.
thank you. Val,
Well, I can only see 2 of the elevations. And I agree with Carrie. I just looked at the site plan for the house because these 2 we don't have access to. And there doesn't show any retaining, like she said, or step to see. East is facing Cato and the house in front of it. The south and the north windows, as I can see, are a little kittywampus. Not sure why. They're just off enough to be odd. And I do agree with Carrie. I think if the west is the front door, which faces the way, it needs a little more oomph as a front door. And I guess there's only one door in the house.
I see that on the
grade.
west.
Yeah. So those are my comments.
All right, my comments are every window on the shed dormers are all mulled windows. It looks like a hotel, Chip. I'm sorry. The front door should have much more hoopla around it to make it a front door. How tall is this guest house, please?
There we go. When we blow that up, we can see.
25, which is tall.
It's
not over a garage.
No. So it should be down to 22, and I would drop it. It's like you put a Monopoly house in there, and that's it. It has no ins or outs or give and take. The windows, as Carrie said, on both the north and the south are, or Val said, are kitty catter. And
No, it was kittywampus, I believe is the word.
Cattywampus.
Oh, cattywampus. Sorry, let me correct that.
cattywampus is not. So I would like to see more. It's a guest house. It should be guesting thing on the west elevation, which is your front door. Why is the whole right side without any windows?
Maybe a stair.
That's correct, but we can, I'm getting some great comments, so clearly we'll be making some revisions, so.
Okay, because you can put a staircase. I have a staircase on my house. I have a window on my staircase in my house, so you can do that. It needs not to look quite the way it does. It needs to look more warm and more interesting. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's how I look at it. So can I get a motion?
I'll make a
for this-
motion.
Okay, Johnny, your motion is?
Motion is to hold for revisions because of because of the, all that glass under the first floor on your, what is that, I can't see, east side. All that's underground. If that's underground, and I think Diane asked, how do you get to it? That's a good question. There are no stairs here to show, they say it can't be seen. Well, if it can't be seen, that's fine. But you're still gonna have to have a railing around it on the first floor. There's no railing here.
Okay, well, we'll just say hold for revisions, and you've made
Yes.
the comments, and Chip will listen to them. So I have a motion from the, Johnny for hold it for revisions. Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
all righty, thank you very much, and I'm an aye, so that
Thank
is hold for revision. Chip,
Okay.
you want to do the last one, the garage?
People,
I would, you know what, I think we can skip it. I've got enough information on the first two that I think I would carry over a lot of the feedback onto the garage. So
All right, so
yeah,
you want to
I'm cool with
postpone it
just
until-
letting that track and hold.
All right, so on that revision for the guest house, we need one that says we will track the garage with the main house. Could I get that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Val. Carrie,
Aye.
Johnny?
repeat the motion, please.
Yeah, it is, we're tracking the garage with the main house for 27 Cato Lane. That's all, just we're tracking it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and I'm an aye also, so that does that. Thanks a lot, Chip, for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All righty,
We only have 8 minutes left. So,
okay, well, it's back to Val now.
Motion
I mean, back, no,
to,
it's back to Abby for chairman. And we have those three new, we've only got 7 minutes. Is Abby there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What's the pleasure of the board? It's 2:22. Shall we rip off 19 Broadway, Sconset roof change?
yeah, and actually 21 meter, which is mine, was held for HSAB, I thought, at the last meeting.
Oh, okay. And then Chip's on again. Did Chip? Oh, okay. Too bad.
Chip he's finished with his, so those two, the two above Chip are the two we would be looking at in our 22 minutes or whatever we've got left.
Well, let's
22. We have 9, 8.
9.
can we take a look at 19 Broad then?
Yep.
And Holly might have HSAB.
where are we?
We're
Madam
going to-
Chair,
Yes, Holly.
so these applications that came in for January 4th, new business, are actually on advisory boards for next Monday. But obviously I don't want to hold you up from reviewing, so go for it.
Okay, I think we can handle it. So John, we're going to look at 19 Broadway in Sconset.
What number is it?
I think it's on new business 1 for
Yeah,
the
Faith
1st of January.
Green.
Yes.
You're gonna hold that till,
No, we're gonna take a look at it. We think we can handle it. But,
okay,
all right, let's have a look.
This will be the last one I can do, sorry.
No, absolutely. I think,
So Madam Chair, I don't know if it doesn't look like the applicant is here. Typically, obviously roof changes that are like kind go to myself for review and approval. I think they're changing this from the existing roof of 3-tab to architectural maybe, and that's why it's before you. Yeah, that's definite, yeah. This
You're right,
is,
they didn't note it.
no, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing noted, which sometimes happens with like-kind applications as well. But I will notate that this is the Willow Harp, circa 1750, attributed to Benjamin Bunker and William Coffin. So obviously it is considerably old and historic. Other than that, the HDC survey on file actually didn't indicate the roofing material. So if
Yeah,
obviously gone from 3 tab to architectural is much better. I'm only assuming that was what the proposal is, as it's not indicated on the application.
well, that's, yeah, we don't have enough information, so we need to actually hold this for more information.
Madam Chair,
Representation.
So
Yeah,
I
but-
make a motion to hold it for further information and from SHAB as to whether it's a 3 tab or architectural or what's up there now.
Yeah, and
Okay.
representation. So, John, we're gonna hold this because it's in an incomplete application. It's on Diane's motion to hold. John, are you in favor?
Yes,
Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and I and I, and Diane on your motion?
Aye.
Aye, so I think, unless we have minutes to okay, I think we're done.
Yeah.
motion. to adjourn. That kills-
Hi,
Oh,
this is
sorry.
Donald and Mary Russell. We're number 16.
Right.
Does that mean that it's held for next week?
Yes.
Sorry, 16?
Yes,
14 Brewster Road.
it's 14 Brewster Road.
It's a really, really simple conforming.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, if I
Yes.
may, these Thursday, just for the benefit of those that have not been to HDC meetings on Thursdays, Thursday meetings only go till 2:20. They're a total of an hour and a half. So they're gonna have to review everything else that they have not gotten to next week.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
sorry about that. Okay, did I hear a motion to
Motion to adjourn.
adjourn? Thank you. Thank you, John. On John's motion, Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
John on your motion.
Aye.
Aye, and me too. So have a nice weekend.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Big storm coming.
Holly.
See you for a busy time Tuesday.
Hi, Holly. Is Terry there?